My name is Nicole. I'm a homeschool mom and a watercolor artist, and today we're going to paint a butterfly. Today we're going to be doing a butterfly sketch. I thought this would be a good one because it's a fun, structured way to practice color mixing, and it's one of those designs that is simple to create once you understand how to do it, but it has a really stunning effect. So the first thing I did was divide my paper in half, and then down the center I sketched out the butterfly's body. So just a long, roundish shape, getting slightly larger on the bottom end. And then I made the wings. Now, butterfly wings have always been such a hardship for me until I started thinking of them as a lopsided heart. So starting a bit down from the top of the butterfly's body, I started sketching what looks like the top half of a heart, and then I did the other side of it, but smaller, so that it was a lopsided heart. And I connected it back to the body a little ways up from the bottom. Then I repeated this on the other side. It's okay if they aren't perfectly symmetrical, mine certainly weren't, but aiming to make them look like a janky heart really worked, and I now have two good wings. Next, we're going to divide the wings in half. So I drew a line from the body to where the top part of the wing meets the bottom part, basically dividing the wings horizontally. So I now have 4 segments. Then in each segment, I'm going to make a really big Y. I'm just going to draw a line from the body of the butterfly towards the edge of the wing, but when I'm about halfway there, I'm going to have it split and go in different directions so that it looks kind of like a big Y. Once again, these do not have to be perfect, just kind of the general idea, and that's it. Next, we're going to paint it. So I just taped it down so it wouldn't be moving around too much as I was trying to film. And I got my paints and I started to paint them. Now, a lot of this video, I've done some of it in real time just because I think that that can be valuable to see that versus the sped up version. But for the sake of time, I am going to speed this part up as I fill in the butterfly, but I did want to leave it in just so that you could see the colors mixing together because that is definitely always my favorite part. Okay, so once our color has dried, we're going to retrace our sketched lines with pen. I like to use the micron pens, and I went over the line a few times just to make sure that it was nice and thick. Now we're going to fill each of these spaces with loops. This is a forgiving design. The only part you have to nail perfectly is the corner where you anchor your loops, or where they come to a point. The top 2 segments and the bottom 2 segments need to start in the same corner. Breaks in your lines or not perfectly rounded loops won't be noticed, but if you start in the wrong corner, it will throw off the overall flow of the piece and be really distracting. So focus on that and have fun with the rest. I'm just going to sketch some loops. Like I said, they're coming to a point down there in that corner, and I'm just going to fill in the space as best I can. If they don't come to the top or the side perfectly, that's totally fine. And then all of the blank empty spaces around the loops, I'm going to fill in with pen. Just color them in so that they're solid black, and that is how you do one of the segments. Now I'm just going to repeat this with all the rest of these segments, filling them in with loops, coming to a point, and filling the top parts, empty spaces with black, and that will be my butterfly design. Once I'm done with that, I'm just going to take my pen and put dots up a few of the loops. So I'm not going to do every single one. I'm just going to pick a few at random to line with dots. And I just think that this gives a really pretty effect to the wings. Then I'm going to color in the body with my pen. Technically, I could have painted this probably, but I was a little bit concerned about the pen bleeding if I put wet watercolor next to it, so I decided to just do it with my micron pen as well. Last but not least, add some antenna. And there you have a really pretty, looks intricate, but isn't too difficult butterfly design.